Luvuyo, thank you very much for making time to share your insights into the future of leadership. But before we go into leadership, can you please tell us a little bit more about your own background? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Eastern Cape in Queenstown. So I studied my primary and secondary and high school until I came Cape Town in 1996.
And tell us, what was your dream career as you were growing up?
Well, when I was growing up, I used to assist my mother. Mama used to own a shebeen, so I used to assist with the customers. But I never think I would be an entrepreneur. In fact, I'd never know exactly what I wanted to do. So I was kind of, this person was confused in terms of, so I didn't have any idea of where I would end up to be.
So, Luvuyo, who inspired you to become an entrepreneur and to serve the community?
Well, my mother, she inspired. She's one of my role models. She started business with no education, and she taught me in terms of how to able to live for herself. So my mother is one that inspired so much.
And tell us, Luvuyo, today you're one of the most celebrated entrepreneurs of the country. How did you start your career?
I mean, I work in a different part. I work in the retail space at Edcon, and I work as a teacher. And I spent 3.5 years being a teacher. And that's where the business idea came in, from being a teacher. And I resigned and I started selling second-hand computers on the Putifeka.
And can you tell us a little bit more about Sililo, about the early days of Sililo and how it has grown into what it has become today?
Yeah, no, Sililo started, I mean, like from humble beginnings, where I was selling refurbished computers to schools. And then because I was seeing the opportunity around education, that they were having a new curriculum, which is outcome-based education. So teachers needed to have computers, and they were struggling to use computers. So, and I started, offering, selling these refurbished to the teachers. And then from there, I saw the power of grouping teachers in Stockfell, where I create savings. And from there, I started with my brother now, and then two partners, First Internet Cafe, and then becomes the training, and then becomes the history now.
So today, Luvuyo, you have empowered thousands and thousands of people in the country, and I believe in the continent. What is your vision? Can you tell us what is next for you and Sililo?
Well, I mean, like you see in Africa, there's still a huge gap around information in terms of the IT and the internet and skills. So what we envisage, we will still continue training as many numbers of our people. We're still to bring these centers closer to people. So the future is we will probably next 3 years have 100 stores, and then 6 years we'll probably have 400 stores and start expanding in Africa and grow. So our kind of opportunities grow geographic, but also offering more, offer more services like online training, like the e-commerce services that can able to come from Sililo, and also support services that can come from Sililo now. So Sililo is going to become probably a business that will be for the township and rural areas.
And tell us, Luvuyo, looking back over your career, what would you say was a major turning point where things could have gone different?
The major turning point in my career, it's if I never took a risk and leave my profession and resign, I would never be where I am today. And then if I never started selling the computers on a Putifeka, it would never able to where it is. If I never started offering the training in our business, I think we'll be probably struggling, not able to grow our businesses. So our turning point is to offer training to the people, who are in the township and rural areas.
And tell us, Luvuyo, what is driving you today?
What drives the business, it's about empowerment. It's about impact. We asked that question last month. Why we exist? What is our purpose? And we try to, identify that we offer tools for people to earn. So we really want to empower our people so that they can change their life. So we bring hope in the area where there's no hope.
And I believe, Luvuyo, you have also started the Sililo Incubator. I believe you are empowering South African innovators. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, we just launched Incubator in April now. It's been 6 months now. It's an awesome, exciting future for Sililo. So we've got a space where we host about 15 entrepreneurs who are based in the township. It's the first township share space in Incubator. It's a space where people provide them infrastructure. We've got network sessions that we have with entrepreneurs. We have workings and support for small businesses that we have. We've got a very interesting business that we host, like guys who are doing apps, insurance guys, security guys, and we've got, part of the PR, the kind of interesting businesses as part of the incubator.
Now, Luvuyo, let's talk about leadership.
Yeah.
And I know it's a big question, but what does the future of leadership mean to you?
I think it's very important, and especially in our country, even in Africa. So you need a selfless leaders, and leaders who doesn't able to base on the material things or resources or what is it for me. A leader which is selflessly serving the people, the leader that really make impact and make a change. So today's world and in Africa, you need more role models for many young people to emulate, to inspire, to influence them so that they can see there's a way to live. And there's a way to live in a sense that you can make it doing good and making difference. So you need those leaders. And it's very difficult to take long, but I think the benefit, it changed the community and people really see the goodness in terms of what you do as a leader.
And tell us, Luvuyo, what have you learned from your own journey that you consider most important for building future leaders?
I think what I've learned, part of like the journey, it's all about resilience. A leader, you are going to be tested, your character, you test it yourself. It's how do you deal with those tests in able to succeed.
What would you tell aspiring leaders that they should focus on for future-proofing their career?
What I would say to aspiring leaders, it's really if they looking for becomes the leaders, it's important to look at themselves first, to have able to have inner peace with them, because you cannot change the world if you still have your kind of like problem that you're dealing with. And I think more than anything, it's put people first and make sure that anything that you do is to the empowerment and also impacting the lives of the people. And you must just do this thing not for any reasons or gaining a reason. It has to be something that you're passionate about it, you love it, and then it's something that really it comes from in you.
Now, Luvuyo, you mentioned something very interesting. You mentioned establishing your inner peace. Can you tell us what is it you've done to establish your own inner peace?
Well, I've been part of the program called Well-Being Program. It's a global organization. It's focusing on social entrepreneurs. It's more about Schwab, scrolls, and Ashokas. They come together and look at the global entrepreneurs, they say that social entrepreneurs, they are giving so much, they don't take care of themselves. So in the last 18 months, I've been going through, looking at myself, looking at my past, able to be vulnerable and able to be trust the process, and also be in a position that I really become naked also, and also understanding I'm kind of a human being. There are things that I'm also struggling with, but also embrace those kind of things. And I think more than anything, it creates the awareness in you.
Right. Now, Luvuyo, when it comes to technology,
Yeah.
what would you say are the tools of technology or the key technologies that you envisage will be driving the leadership of the future?
I'll talk from from Africa context point of view that we need to relook at the curriculum in terms of what we're teaching in university. We need to look at the future skills, and now things have been digitalized, which means that part of our curriculum is part of our leadership, and we need to understand that technology is there. I mean, things are going to be replaced by robots, and then with the AI that is coming over, and then also with the Internet of Things. And I think from leadership point of view, we need to embrace technologies. We need to make sure that the technology doesn't take over the jobs, but we're going to coexist in the way we do things. And technology is going to make our life much more easy. And I think more than anything, we just make sure that the future, our youth generation, has been exposed. It has to be come from school, where it becomes a language where young people are learning coding, programming, so that when they go out from school, they could start their businesses. Because the future technology is going to benefit more entrepreneurs and more innovators, because that's where the future, is going to becomes exciting.
And tell us, when it comes to social media, how do you suggest future leaders should go about navigating and handling social media to build their own personal brands?
Yeah, no, social media is very powerful tool, but it can be a distraction tools, especially if you build your brand and it's been known. So it's important from leaders to embrace social media to be present, especially CEO or leaders to be present social media, and social media is all about content. So they want to know you, they want to know the business, they want to know in terms of what the business is all about. They want to hear from the man, from the leader, and we need to have time to communicate. And I think more than anything, you must be authenticated. You must be real. You're not just like fake anything that you have to do it, and what you say and what you leave it. It's what's like you kind of you're asking. So I think what I'm kind of looking at social media for many leaders, it's something that most leaders, they have to use it as part of them. It's no longer about saying, it's like I'll hire someone to take care of my social media. You need your presence, and people want to connect with you.
Now, Luvuyo, as a mentor to many future leaders, can you maybe share a story, a success story with us where you mentored somebody and that person took your advice to heart?
Yes, I've met with many. I'm dealing with many young people now that they come to me. They want to run their business better and grow. There's a guy who's called Uchemba. He does the sound for UCGSB. He's got a business with Philby Village, so he's running that business. And he was kind of an employee from there. And we've been talking about this thing that I see him like entrepreneurial, and he take that things very serious, and he take from heart, and he resigned, and he started his own business. He's been running that business now for 2 years now. He employed probably 3 people, and it's growing. He's got 2 facilities and venue that he's taking care. So every weekend he's like busy, and I think he said, he took that decision and the advice that I gave from me to see potential in him. He said to me, I've got a gift of seeing the goodness in people. And for time to time, when he's in trouble, he will come to me and able to share and say how things are supposed to go.
And tell us, which would you say are the role models of leadership that future leaders should study and maybe learn from?
I mean, the future leaders that we could study in, and I mean, like I've got amazing people that I look at up. I mean, I look at Sam Paddock. Sam Paddock started to get smart. It's online training. He does training with UCT, does training with Harvard University, and it's more tech. And what I like about him, it's, I mean, the way he focuses. He's one of the smart, I mean, and entrepreneur that we could ever find. And he sold that business last year at 1.4 billion rand, and just giving in and grow that business. And I think I learned from the power of focus. And also another entrepreneur I learned, it's Marlon Parker, one of the social entrepreneurs. He built the tech business, taking the guys from former prisoners and able to give them tools to use the social media to make it, and also, I mean, training them around programming. So he's been growing that. I mean, he's growing beyond the country now, and they travel around the world, sharing the story, sharing the story of the hope. So those are two amazing future entrepreneurs and future leaders that they are going to shape the world, that they are going to show the world that you can do good, but also you can make sure that you make a difference in people's life.
And Luvuyo, how can our listeners connect with you, and where can they follow you?
They can follow me on LinkedIn at Luvuyo Rani. And they can do that on the Facebook, Luvuyo Rani. They can do that on the Twitter, Luvuyo at 10. They can email me, I mean, at luvuyo.rani @cellular.com. And they can call me on 072-261-2472. They can go to our site, it's www.cellular.com.
Okay, and last but not least, Luvuyo, is there one piece of advice that you would like to convey to future leaders that they should take to heart and implement in their own leadership?
I mean, something that I take from heart, it's more remain grounded, be humble, and get in touch with realities. And never lose pulse of what you do, and connect with your people. It's very important. People need leaders. People need hope. When hope is not there, they look at someone. So as a leader, you are there. Sometimes being a leader, you don't make popular decisions. There are decisions that you're going to make it that you're not going to make popular. But it's all about giving in. I think more than anything that I've learned, I mean, part of the leadership, you could have those, I mean, like there's a scenario of the dance floor where you could spend time on the dance floor. But the powerful part, for time to time, you need to sit on a balcony and look exactly what is happening and start asking difficult questions.
It's a very good analogy. And Luvuyo, thank you so much for sharing your insights and your wisdom into the future of leadership and showing us what can be done from a very humble background. I must say what you've done is heroic, and I would like to congratulate you for helping us to build a better future for this country and the continent.
Thanks so much, man, for hosting me. I really appreciate it. I mean, your question makes me to think and really to see what I'm doing and around that. So it's an honor for me to be featured by you.